All right, welcome to Podcast Idea episode 15. Today we are joined by Kian.
Yes.
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 All right, Kian is a good friend of mine, and first I'll let you just explain who you are.
Hi, I'm Kian. I've graduated from Vitvelska. I met Nick through school, and we connected through we have similar we're both interested in entrepreneurship and business and that kind of stuff. I've been gone for 6 months now, so Nick launched his podcast while I was gone, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it was September.
Yeah, so when I came back, I was really interested in it, and we just talked, and it was like, yeah, hop on.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to ask you how this experience was. So, first of all, how was it? Going away. So, just explain to us, where did you go, why did you go, and for how long?
So, basically, I went to Syria for 6 months, it's been right now.
Mm-hmm.
The experience itself was pretty nice, actually, because, I'm half Syrian and half Persian. I've lived in Syria before, of course, but I went back and I worked with my family because they have their own companies.
Okay.
So I was there learning pretty much about how to run a business, how to sell, how to market, how to actually the regulations, how the process, etc.
Uh-huh. So which business did you work in?
I worked in my uncle's business at first, which was a sauce company.
Okay, sauce. Yeah, you told me about that because when I first texted you, I asked for topic ideas because I didn't know everything you did.
Yeah.
So you told me about working at a sauce factory. So tell me about that. What was that?
The sauce factory was actually interesting because when it comes to food, there's a lot of regulations and a lot of things you have to do, preparations when you want to sell. Because stuff has to be I don't know if this is the right word for it, but clean.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to food and disinfected kind of.
Yeah. It's clean.
Exactly.
Pretty much
clean.
Yeah.
So you have people coming to check your stuff from the government every once in a while.
Uh-huh. So
and
inspectors.
Yeah, inspectors. Yeah, exactly. So when they come, it's weird because I don't know if I should be saying this, but there's a lot of what is it called? In Syria, it's a lot of corruption.
Uh-huh.
So when they come, they don't really care about the inspecting stuff. They want to get paid. But since we have we're sure of our company's cleanliness and everything being clean, we usually we don't pay them. We're just take whatever you want, inspect it, and give it back to us. While you would see other companies, for example, just be okay, whatever, let's pay it. It's 100 crowns, fuck it.
Yeah, no, but it's honesty as well, right?
Exactly.
That's good.
And then the experience itself was weird because the way businesses are ran there, it's different. You know how you have competitors?
Sure.
I think that's good for the market itself, but at the same time, when your competitor is trying to bully you because he has a bigger market and he's been in the market for longer.
Okay, so using what? Did you take economics?
Yeah, I took economics.
Economics of scale, right?
No,
economics of scale.
It wasn't actually about business-wise. It was more law-wise.
Okay.
So they were making
patents and
exactly, and they were making false accusations about our products being unclean, unedible, etc. So our basically our stuff got pulled away from the market for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because that's the way the big markets in Syria are ran by a few people who have been in the market for long and have a big market and big investment, basically.
Okay, so but what did you actually do in the sauce factory? Did you work with the sauces? Did you do more of office work? What was it?
I actually done everything in the...
Okay.
I tried everything in the factory. I worked with everything. I worked with getting the products sauces, you need special ingredients. I went down and ordered ingredients, etc. I bought for mayonnaise, for example, you need oil. So I bought the oil overseas and shipped it and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then I worked in the factory making sauce.
Oh, shit.
And I also actually did marketing, taste testing. When you go, I took a team of people and we made taste testing in several areas like malls, shopping centers, etc.
Okay, so like the ones you see in like supermarkets, like people
Yeah.
giving out.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And I also worked in the office with like Excel sheets, arranging
So
stuff.
more like the books, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, okay.
exactly.
I get it. And from that experience solely, what do you think you can say you've learned?
I've actually learned that like it really depends on what you want to do and like what actually wait, I can phrase this better.
Sure.
It's I've learned like you got to be patient when you're like working at a business because there's a lot of like things that happen that go wrong and you can't just be like, "Oh well, damn, like let's quit. We can't work with it."
Yeah, of course. It doesn't happen like
It's
overnight.
It's not a fast process. Like right now, the company is doing all right, but of course, it's like within the first year, so you're gonna expect losses, you know.
Sure.
So what I've learned is like and you gotta be patient with workers at the factory. Like patience is a virtue. That's pretty much what I've
Yeah.
learned and by working, you know.
Okay. And how could you apply that to like other businesses or other ideas you might have in the future?
Well,
Patience-wise, I guess.
Patience-wise, you gotta be patient on workers, and you gotta be patient on your own project. Of course, like let's say, for example, Gary V. Like he's like
Yeah,
we both.
we always talk about him here in the
Yeah.
in the program, but yeah.
Yeah, like for example, let's talk about Gary V. Like he pushes patience. You know, he tells you like
Sure.
you're let's say 20. You have fucking sorry, I don't know if I should be
Yeah,
swearing.
you can swear.
Yeah, he says like you have 60 more years to make it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
of
why are you in a
course.
hurry?
Yeah.
You know, he's like enjoy the process of it.
No, but I agree.
Yeah.
I agree because like if you really think that it's gonna happen overnight, you're gonna end up not doing it. It's the same thing with perfection, which he also says it.
Yeah,
Have you heard the quote?
perfectionism. I haven't heard the quote.
The
No.
skies of insecurity.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one because like if you think about it, it's true. Because like people, they try to perfect something and then if they can't do it, they use that as an excuse not to do. Right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. Because, like, actually, I had a talk with my uncle, for example, a while ago.
Yeah?
It was about this because I was really unmotivated to work anymore. He was like, "You can't be like this," you know. He's like, "I don't accept it for you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, if you're gonna quit now, who are you gonna be in like 10 years?" He's like, "Whenever you wanna quit, just think, I have planned this for 10 years. I have this plan for 10 years. I can't quit right now."
It's all about the long run.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about entrepreneurship, I wanted to know your definition for it. If you personally, nothing about like Gary Vee or anything like that, if you had to define entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur, how would you do it?
That's a hard question.
I know
man.
it's a hard question, but how would you do it?
Well, I think entrepreneurship is about passion. Like,
Okay.
I think I don't define it as passion. I think it's just like going after your passions. Like if let's say you don't want to work for someone, but it's art, in my opinion. Entrepreneurship is pretty much like art. It's expressing yourself through business and through making and doing what you love. That's my definition of entrepreneurship. And what was your other question? Sorry.
And being an entrepreneur, which is pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
I think like entrepreneurship is all about being yourself. Like,
Okay.
It's about
But let's say if I'm playing devil's advocate here, if being myself is being an employee under someone else, then that's not entrepreneurship, but I'm still being myself.
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm trying to say, like, I think you get what I mean. But
I do get what you mean. I'm just trying to push it.
Yeah. What I mean is like being yourself. Let's say you love, let's say, instruments, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna make some application that has all the instruments in it, and I can teach it to everybody.
Okay.
That could be a form of entrepreneurship, like building something or recreating something that's already there and making it better because you're interested in that topic.
Because one definition or one aspect that I heard that could be key to entrepreneurship that I didn't think of it before was the way that you are not satisfied only doing one thing. So, for example, if I start a company like this one,
Yeah.
right? If I started it, I'm not just happy doing this.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So to be an entrepreneur, you have to be unhappy. So you have to want to move to the next thing.
Yeah,
Not
I
like
know
all
what you
the time,
mean.
but you know what I mean, right?
Like it's being like you're not satisfied by doing just one thing. You want to do many things at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a key aspect, and why?
I do, because as an entrepreneurship, like if there's a difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman, right?
Okay.
Like a businessman builds one business or a couple businesses and moves on with it. While an entrepreneur, he's a person who keeps getting ideas and works on them and like.
More about the creative side.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's being
I do
creative.
Agree. I do agree. Let's see, what else did I put here? Why do you enjoy this concept?
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, like, and do you think it fits for who you are, and why? If you had to like look back to your past.
The reason I've known I want to be an entrepreneur. Like I didn't know what it was when I was young, but
Sure.
I've known I wanted to be something like this since a very young age. I would say like about 4 or 5. Because I've always been interested in like building something for me myself and like being proud of it.
Great.
Like for example, a good example of it is back in Finland. I think it was like in 2006 or 7.
Because you were born in Finland.
Yeah,
Right?
I was born and raised in Finland up until 2010.
Okay.
So back in 2006 or 2007, there was this garage sale going on, and I didn't have anything to sell. I had like 10 euros in my pocket, so I just went around buying stuff, and then I sold it for like a better price, but
like flipping it.
Yeah, it's like flipping. So, and I didn't have anything with me, and I just sold it at the garage sale. Like the one thing I remember buying was this Japanese fan, you know, the big ones, the ones that are like decorations.
Okay, yeah. I know what you mean.
So I had bought one of those fans for like €1, and I had sold it for like 10. I was like, damn, I love this thing. Like,
yeah,
you know. So
like, how old were you when you?
I was like
kind of found out.
5 or 6 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really young.
That's young, yeah.
Yeah, and then like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I started like I came across Gary Vee, and I was like, this guy is pretty cool. Like, I've read a lot of like books about entrepreneurship and stuff.
Sure.
But I don't like. It's like, it's not that enjoyable for me. Like
the books, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're very similar. Not all of them, but a lot of them are very similar in the aspect of you gotta do this, and this, but like it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's more like first you have to learn from experience.
Yeah.
And second, you have to do it. Otherwise, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
More than anything else, it's not about reading about it.
Exactly. Like, you can have all the information in the world. If you're not pushed enough to do it, then it's...
Yeah.
What's the point?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like motivation is a very big thing that we've been talking about it for a long time here in the podcast as well. Okay, what else? I want to talk about some ideas with you and trying ideas and what the process is for you. So you told me about many ideas you've had.
Yeah.
So before you tell me what those were and how you went about making them, how do you approach a new idea? Because I've heard from many people that like ideas are, well, to quote Casey Neistat now, ideas are common and ideas are easy. The problem is executing those ideas.
Exactly.
Right? So how do you pick an idea that you've had and actually do it?
I've had this thing actually, like, it was actually this summer also. Like, I was home and it was like 2 a.m. I was like, I'm gonna write down all the ideas I have.
Okay.
In like a list, and then put like the top 5 that I'm very interested in and I want to do. And then the others, I'm not even gonna think about them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have those 5, I'm like, okay, these 5 are very good ideas that I'm passionate about and I want to do them. So these ones, I'll start planning, execute them, etc. But about the executing part, it's more about just starting immediately.
Okay, and not really planning much.
Yeah, like just do whatever you can for the time being, and like during the process you'll learn and you'll execute more
So
and do stuff.
you like instead of planning it and then going, you start it and then you fix the issues you have while
Exactly.
you do it.
Because I personally, at least, I don't know, like this works for me, but personally, when I'm doing something, I'd rather like make mistakes during
Sure.
than like make mistake from the beginning. Be like, oh, this is hard, this is harder, and this. Because one step at a time, like I'll fix this, I'll fix that, and eventually we'll get there. You know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I totally agree because that's how it worked for me as well.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I had to do, but and also like especially with like my biggest project that I've had, which was this one, right?
The podcast
No,
or the Ace of Hearts. Yeah. How's that going?
Yeah, just as a segue, I talked about this in the podcast, but like I haven't been working on it very much because I wanted to move on.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, but it wasn't that successful.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to move on, and I'm not quitting it. I'm just putting it to the side at least for a while.
Now, yeah.
It could become something else.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so for that, sorry, what was I talking about again?
Damn, this is embarrassing.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I lost my thread.
Yeah, entrepreneurship. How you were? It was about
the ideas.
Yeah.
So for shit, I actually completely lost myself here.
No, I know where you were. You were talking about like ideas how you did it. For example, with Ace of Hearts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So for that one, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Before I actually opened it, there was a big period, like 3 months, that I was working on it, but it had not been released. So I wouldn't count it as planning because I was making it, but it wasn't ready to start yet.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there
yeah.
is a difference as well between the planning aspect and the doing the back end
Yeah.
aspect. So that's just the point that I was trying to make.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so tell me about the ideas you've had. Like the first one I remember was the thing for the energy one, right?
Yeah,
The plug. So tell me what it was.
I had a idea that was like it was about making a power bank built inside a wall plug. Like
Okay.
it was kind of
Yeah.
like a lithium based
Mm-hmm.
power bank that was like this big maybe that
Sure.
would go inside a wall, and that could charge overnight. If you don't have electricity or you don't have electricity
Yeah.
and you have power outages, that charges during the time there is electricity, and when you don't have electricity, you have a plug that works.
Yeah, I get it. So why did you think of that?
The
Why
reason
was
I
that
did
important?
that was actually, this is the interesting part, because I've been living in Syria since 2011
Okay.
till 2015, 16, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But there I witnessed like 12 hours a day without electricity, or 16 hours a day in some areas. So when you're there, you're thinking like, damn, I don't have electricity. My phone's about to run out, or like,
Shit.
we can't do this, we can't do that. Our TV is not on.
Uh-huh.
So then I was like, why doesn't someone like find a solution for that? Like,
Mhm.
why can't we just like, there is solutions like generators, but let's say generators cost a lot and they take a lot of like fuel. They consume a lot of fuel.
First you have the electricity coming from the outlet when it's on,
Yeah.
right? But then you have to use a generator and use another source of energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, it's going to be more expensive.
So Syria is like a poor country.
Yeah.
Like most of the people are below the poverty line.
Sure.
So this could be like a cheap fix, like not that cheap, but it's much cheaper than having a generator and
Yeah, of course.
fuel. Like it would cost maybe like 200-300 crowns
Mm-hmm.
per outlet,
Sure.
or like per.
Yeah, it's a
you know?
lot cheaper than having a generator.
Yeah, all the time.
What happened? Oh yeah, that was my phone.
Oh.
It's cool. All right. So how'd that go?
Uh,
So when you first told me you were moving back to Syria, you told me that you were gonna work on that first,
Yeah.
under your uncle. So how did that work out?
Well,
What's the story behind it?
the story behind it is I actually went and we had worked on it a bit, and my uncle is an engineer, so he knows how
Okay.
to do this kind of stuff. After a while, I had like like I read somewhere that it had already been done.
Sure.
Like I had seen before, but it hadn't been done. But it had come into the market in Syria, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a Chinese company that had made it.
Okay.
And during that time, I wasn't even close to being done. So I was like, I'm gonna put this to the side for now. Like I didn't completely quit it, like you said, but
Just the same as I
yeah,
did with my project.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
get
was
it.
like, but right now, this isn't like I can focus on something more important for me right now.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool idea, but I don't want to be doing this all the time because it was very energy like drawing.
Yeah, I get it.
Because it was like it wasn't the idea in your head is very easy, but then the executing, like I said, is very hard because you have to
Yeah.
make shapes, find how you're gonna fit the lithium batteries inside, etc. So it was a long process. So during that time, I was talking to one of my friends who lives actually in Sweden, in Halmstad,
Okay.
and they had a game which interested me. They had this summer challenge where you would have to do things that challenged you,
Okay.
and you got points, and they had bet money over it. Whoever has the most points at the end of the summer wins all the money. It was like 5,000 or something.
Okay. So, like, what type of things?
Like things that you found hard, like one of them, or like learning a new skill.
Uh-huh.
Like one of them.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, like I was actually, because I was down in Halmstad in the summer for a while. I was like, damn, that's a nice like game you guys are doing.
Yeah, cool.
So one of them actually learned how to play the guitar over the summer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you attribute the points? Like, learning a guitar, like, learning the guitar, is
Whatever.
that, like, 1 point?
They were-
Like 5,000 points?
They were like sitting together every weekend because they had it
Okay.
on a week basis, you know, like who
Uh-huh.
gets 1 point. So it's 1 point for the win of the week.
Ah, okay. So, who did the best thing of the week?
Exactly.
And then
No,
gets
but they
one.
had many points. You can get like 20,000 points a week,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
But the win a week was 1 point.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like during the week, you can get a lot of points, but it's 1 point at the end.
Okay.
So what they were doing was, let's say, working out was like 1,500 points.
Sure.
They had that at a set standard. And then they had like one that was a question mark that had like 0 to 20,000 points, which was the most important thing, which was
Okay.
like doing the very hard. Like, let's say one of them has trouble talking to girls, right? So this
Okay.
guy goes, his challenge is, I'm going to go talk to like this girl and I'm going to ask her for a number, or I'm not going to ask her for her number and just get better at social.
Okay. So, like,
Yeah.
you work on it either way, but, like, through different
Exactly.
ways. Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
I don't know who won actually, but it was it was crazy to see them because they were really competitive all the time.
So what were the things that they actually accomplished?
One
Main
of them
things.
is now working out every day.
Okay.
Literally, like he got into the habit of working out every day. One of them is in a band that plays guitar. They're actually in IB
Oh,
too.
shit.
Yeah, like and one of them, like he fucking glowed up. Like he just changed completely.
Really?
Yeah, like bro, he got very stylish. He got very social. He's
Oh,
working
nice.
out. Like they all benefited from it. Like
And you? What happened to you?
I wasn't in the game. I was like, let
Oh,
me in
you-
the game. They were like, nah.
Wait, really? Shit. Oh, no. I thought you were in the game.
No,
Damn.
I was kind of like the judge. I was like, yeah, that deserves this many points.
Oh,
This
shit.
doesn't.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, that sucks, though. I want to make that. I
Yeah,
wanna do that.
it would be fun, man. You could do cast for that too, you know?
Yeah, whatever.
But-
Like, people always ask me, like, about this show. I don't know. I think I told what CAS was before, but it's extracurricular stuff that you have to do for our program. Okay. Everyone always asks me, like, do you do it for CAS? And I say, I don't, and I don't care. I'm done. I'm done with, like, my CAS project. It's fine. And it's not the point.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because, like, you just use it as an excuse to have to do it, and then it
Yeah.
becomes a chore.
But I've seen many people like turn cast projects into like businesses.
Oh,
I've
but
heard
that-
of many people do that.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean. Like a lot of people hate cast, and I would hate doing something for cast because then I'm gonna always have that interpretation like, oh damn, I do this for cast.
Or I have to do this.
Yeah, like,
this
I have
is
to
like
do
a
this once a
chore.
week.
No, I want to do that because I want to do that.
because you like it. You know,
Yeah.
it's you're passionate about it. I get it.
Yeah, so that's the point. But I want to do that. Actually, it's a great idea. And anyone that's watching, if you want to do it with me, Great.
You should do it. It's you grow from that.
Yeah.
You get like
Okay,
huge
so
growth.
what are the rules?
The rules are basically I don't know actually the full rules because I was there for like
just list them like loosely.
one of them was like there's like a limit of points you can get.
Okay.
So someone doesn't cheat and go like work out 12 times a day. You know, he can be like, yeah, I was at the gym for 12 hours. You can work out. You get, I think for working out you can only get max 4 times a week, even though you go more.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only get the point 4 times a week.
Okay.
And you guys decide on what challenges are like, and then you have like the surprise challenge that you can get the most
so
points
it's
out
the
of.
question mark that you told
Yeah,
me
exactly.
about. Okay.
And that one is like doing something very hard. Like it depends. You guys decide with each other how many points that deserves.
Okay.
But like you, without an ego or like you guys have to be honest with each other.
Sure,
yeah.
I get it.
Because at the end of the day, it's the rule also for the money was the money had to go for something good, like together, like going on a trip together or
Okay.
like
That's
at the end of the day, the money comes back to you, but one guy decides what to do with it.
Aha. Okay, yeah, that's even better. But yeah, great.
So things don't get heated, like oh my money, this that.
Shit. All right. So tell me, getting back to ideas.
Yeah.
The other ideas you've had.
I've had. Yeah, I was. This was actually
first the
linked
ones
to it.
you've done. Like let's do chronological order.
The first ones I had in mind.
No, like from after the power bank on the
Power
wall.
bank one. I actually right now I've been interested in making like an application.
Sure.
And like I've started on researching this. So the application is basically Tinder for non-horny people.
Okay.
If I can put it in like a summary.
Okay. Explain.
So basically there's very many people complaining about Sweden's antisocialness.
Sure.
And how hard it is to integrate and make friends, especially like for people who don't go to school, who are working or studying, etc. Then it's like I looked at it one day. I was on Facebook actually. The Facebook groups for like rentals and apartments and stuff.
Yeah, like for the marketplace.
Yeah, exactly. I seen a lot of people complaining like they don't have friends and they're becoming depressed because of those. I was like, and it's hard to go outside and talk to people out of nowhere for some people.
I guess the whole mood here is like you don't have to talk to me.
Yeah, it's personal space basically. It's like
I get it.
Take your personal space and like don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you plan to fix that?
So basically the app is you list your interests like when you sign up.
Okay.
And then this is like a random event organizer. So it lists people with similar interests and similar backgrounds. Well, not necessarily backgrounds, but like interests and what they like to do, etc.
Okay, and you told me it was groups of people.
Groups of people, yeah. Like it can be 2. It can be depending if you want to meet one person or you want to have a group hangout like 10. But I'm focusing on the group part because I think people want to make as many friends as possible. Especially when they're in that zone.
You mean like a group of friends that goes in the app and then find another group of friends? Or individual people that find a group of friends?
Individual people that find other individuals who are grouped together,
Okay, I get it.
So like that you don't have any anxiety of meeting other people because everyone is in the same...
Like too different.
Yeah.
If they're too different. I get it.
Because at the end of the day, you're meeting... like people you don't know and people who don't know each other in general. So like everybody is in the same situation as you know?
Because when you first told me, I thought you actually meant that you went there with a group of friends so you wouldn't have anxiety and then you found another group of friends, for example.
No, that the thing is I have something similar to that and it's in the subcategory in the app, right? So that would be like I'm planning on having like a party finder in the app, like on a Friday night, like a house party.
Okay.
Sure. Where it's like organized, like let's say these people bring this stuff, these people bring that stuff.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because here, man, people always complain about clubs and stuff, and here the security guards at clubs aren't very nice.
No. Okay.
To most people.
Okay.
Everybody was in Swedish, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but so it's the app I'm trying to make is to fix that, like fix antisocialness, not just in Sweden, but like the Nordic countries. At first Nordic countries, then internationally. Because I feel like the Scandinavian countries especially have this problem in common of people being antisocial, not meeting people a lot, especially Finland. I mean, from my experience, Finland and Sweden.
Okay. And for example, for people that don't want to go alone or like are afraid of meeting other people, how
You
would
could go with a friend, of course.
Yeah.
Like it's not limited to like you can make friends on the app, you know? Like you can add them as friends
Okay.
and you can like take your friend with you if he signs up
Uh-huh.
also or if he doesn't sign up. It's not but I
It's
feel
not
like
like Tinder that you have to go
You-
alone.
yeah,
or something
exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
you can take a friend with you, you could take this. But the thing is with this app, it's kind of like there's a lot of laws you need to follow.
Okay. Okay. So
'Cause-
tell me about those laws.
For example, like I'm not sure of the laws. That's the thing. That like I've just researched a bit of it, and it's like I'm like wow, like because it can become dangerous, you know.
Sure. Of
You
course.
can you don't know who the people are who are coming. So
Mm.
to fight that, I think we're gonna need to have like a background check or like ID picture to like confirm this person is safe.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. And one thing I was thinking about as well that I told you before was that so you're grouping people together in like the same group, right?
Yeah.
What if you want people to meet other people with different interests, so it's more varied, right?
You can of course do that because
so what's the plan with that?
the plan with that is also like there's gonna be many subcategories, right? Like sports, let's say hangouts, partying, bars, restaurants,
Okay.
dining, you know. And it can be throughout the day. Like let's say there's people who just want to go eat together, or you
Mhm.
just want to go eat, right? So you just put on the like search
Sure.
dining, and it just shows you nearby restaurants
Okay.
with people who want to go there, and you guys go together. So you can during the day, let's say, choose like, okay, I feel like going for a drink at the bar, for example. Let's see
Okay.
who's interested, and then you go with that group. It's not just limited to your interest, but I feel like the interests part is more about grouping people who want to meet other people for the long term. You know,
I get it.
because
I get
it's easier to be friends with someone who's interested in the same things as you and keep like conversations going and stuff.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay, guys. Yeah, this is me from the future. I'm editing the video right now, and I just found out that the end of the video, we filmed about 6 more minutes. It's gone. Like I lost it because I just got this new camera, and I was using it. I was using a new program as well, and the program just failed. So I used a backup that I was filming as well. So that one just didn't film the last 6 minutes. So just to summarize, we pretty much talked about Kian moving and just living abroad, and what's next for him, which is maybe going back to Finland as well. And that's about it. But I had a great conversation with him, so I wanted to keep that in the video and keep this video. And to everyone, Merry Christmas. This video will probably be posted on the 24th. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. And for those who are listening, yeah, I'm sorry about that as well. But yeah, see ya.